Good morning from Bomi. Oh, the ball is coming closer. The origin place of the very first Tibetan king. And as you can see, animals. The bull is saying hello to Luke.
Mad.
I tried to open the video, but the bull had other plans. As you can see, animals and humans alike are enjoying Bomi and the peach blossom time. We just came out of Bomi city to the smaller village here and are now basically totally encased by mountains and peach blossoms. It's so beautiful. Oh my god. But that bull is very interested in Luke. I tried to get out of the way as fast as I could because I don't want to stand in his way. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, always connect.
Whether you're traveling through China or just trying to stay in touch with family members across borders, there's one tool that's always ready when you are.
Just open it and boom, there it is. No confusing settings and no waiting around.
You'll see a single red button and 3, 2, 1, connected. That's it.
Watch your favorite travel videos, scroll through Instagram or check your Gmail.
Or book those last minute tickets without buffering, without stress.
Stable, reliable, effortless. It's a connection that just works.
Whenever you need it, always connect.
Unlock the internet. Click the link in our description now for an exclusive Let's VPN deal.
Historically, Bomi was inhabited by ancient Tibetan tribes, including those associated with the Powo Kingdom. Powo was a semi-independent kingdom in southeastern Tibet with its own rulers and a strong warrior culture. And you can get that feeling from these mountains. These mountains here are just unbelievable. We're not crazy high up here at the moment. We're only about 2,500 to 3,000 meters up. But as you can see, there's a lot of the peach blossom trees, which is a huge pull and attraction for this region for a lot of Chinese tourists. And these ones here are ones that are naturally being grown. You will see a lot of the peach blossom areas that are sort of designatedly being grown in areas that are for tourism, but these ones here seem to just be naturally growing here over many thousands of years in these valleys.
Yeah, you can see that all of these trees here are proper ancient, like very old trees, whereas in a lot of the big tourist towns they're a little bit smaller and sort of new trees.
Yeah.
So this feels very special to be here.
Ah, it's mad. In this region as well, it's known for its mysticism and remoteness, and it's often described by Tibetans for many years as being sort of a hidden land. It was very hard to access for a long time before obviously the development came along, and you can see sort of this here. This obviously is going to be some sort of a road probably at some point, or a railway that will be connecting Bomi to other parts of Tibet. And it's kind of crazy to see, because our guide, he has been telling us a lot of stories about how a lot of these places were very hard to reach, and a lot of times people would have to traverse over these mountain ranges, for example, even the ones like the ones that are completely covered in snow, and they would basically have to make their own way through these mountains in order to access places such as Bomi. So that is mad to think of.
The last village here, by the way, was only connected about 10 years ago. So up until 10 years ago, some of the local villagers in this area had to go over the mountain passes in order to access civilization, let's say it like that. If they needed anything from the bigger cities or from the towns, they had to go across those mountain ranges. But now in the last 10 years, they managed to connect it by road for the first time.
Yeah, you can only imagine just how difficult it would be to traverse across these places to get somewhere like this. And even now today, you have a lot of pilgrims And you'll see that actually, like as you're going around Tibet, you'll see pilgrims on the side of the road, and they will be walking, cycling. A lot of them, the majority of them actually, will be walking for many, many, many miles. Some of them coming from towns and villages from all over different parts of the world. And they'll be walking for days, weeks, some of them months, to get to certain areas within Tibet. And a lot of times they will be taking 3 steps, dropping down on the floor, and basically like sliding across the floor. And they'll do that the entire way for thousands of kilometers. So some of them coming from places such as Qinghai, which is where we came from on the train, 2,000 kilometers in distance. They'll do it walking.
And it's the goal for the people here to do this type of a pilgrimage journey at least one time in their life. So
It's
everybody, if they want to actually be part of it, they will do it one time in their life. It's so crazy to think about.
The little sort of, I guess you could call it like spirit demon inside of me is like telling me that we should try that at some point. I don't think we would survive, to be honest. We're not allowed to do it anyways, but can you imagine doing something like that through one of these ancient valleys? To me, it doesn't make sense, but to a lot of these people, it makes a lot of sense, and it's a tradition that has been carried on for centuries.
A lot of these pilgrimages, by the way, end in Mount Kailash, which it's quite far from here, but it's quite accessible as well if you have a vehicle, and that's one of the holiest places for several religions. So a lot of people will attempt to do the pilgrimage to go all the way to Mount Kailash. The sun is coming out a little bit, which is so nice. Because of how humid it is in this part of Tibet, the cold feels so much more intense than in some of the other parts. But at least with all of the humidity going on here, you can see there's so many trees, so many peach blossoms. Over there on the other side of the river, by the way, it's entirely filled up with the beautiful peach blossoms. It's a truly magical time, but I just want to stand here and take all of the sun in. Just to warm up a little bit.
Hello. Hi. Oh. You give the paw. You give the paw. Yes. Oh, you're so soft. So soft. Yes. Oh, he wants to come out. So cute. Opa. Oh, careful.
In Tibetan, the word Bomi refers to the meaning of mighty and prosperous, and it's supposed to symbolize basically just how fertile these lands are around here. And it's sort of the like integral relationship between man and mountains. There's something special about this region, that's for sure. Since we've arrived in Kham, which is like the sort of the greater region, it was known as Kham, Kham, and then quite a while ago it kind of became integrated, Bomi became integrated into Nyingchi as part of like the Nyingchi area of Tibet. This area is just very, very special particularly because of the lower altitude. It just gives a whole different meaning and understanding to, I think, the way that Tibet is thought about in terms of like a landscape. It's very lush, it's very fertile, and it's very green and colourful and vibrant. And my phone storage is already jam-packed full of photos of all of this scenery.
17 king,
Yes.
we called Munti Zembo. His child ran in this area and he set up one kingdom in this area. So we call the Galang Kingdom.
Galang Kingdom.
Yeah, and here is a small lake and we call the Galang National Park in here.
And this is almost just under 2,000 years old, 1,900.
Nearly 2,000 years old.
Wow.
Because the number 17 king, which means nearly.
Wow.
Because in Tibet we have totally 42 kings here in Tibet.
Yes.
From the first till to end of king. Before the number 33, the Tibet is not like one unique country.
Yes.
Different.
Yeah, different.
Uh-huh.
Only after the number 33rd king, we call the great king Songtsen Gampo. During his time, he united all the Tibet once again.
Yes.
And then the Tibet becomes like in old time it's a small part. They have their own king or rulers.
Yeah.
In old time.
Different,
different
tribes and different
kingdoms,
kingdoms, yes.
Different area. They have different.
And the first kingdom was Powo. Powo, am I saying it correctly? From Bomi.
Oh, the first king is also from this area.
Yes.
And his name called Nyingchi Zembo.
Nyingchi
Nyingchi. Nya means the neck.
Yes.
Ti means the throne.
Yes.
And Zembo means the king. Because the people found him after they carry him on their neck. So just give him the name like a neck throne king.
And they carry him on their neck because when they meet him,
Yeah.
they didn't understand each other, and
Then
they
he
asked him
found
where
his
he's from.
Finger, into the sky. So
Wow.
the people thought he is from heaven.
Yes.
And then
Wow.
This is our king now.
then
That's fascinating. So they basically met the king, or they met this guy who came down from a mountainous area in Bomi, and he met a different tribe, and they obviously didn't speak the same language. They tried to ask him where he's from, he didn't really understand, so he just basically did this, pointing towards the sky, which basically led them to believe that he was some sort of a god. And then they carried him up on their neck, which I guess, the kings carry. You'll see people doing that all over the world. They carry people up on their neck. They carried him up on their necks, up through the mountains, and that was the first king of Tibet. And this lake here is absolutely beautiful, I have to say. Once again, the backdrop of the mountains there. And here it's quite humid. It's a lot more humid than it is dry. So it's a very, very nice environment to be in because the air is very, very thick and fresh. Hello. Hello.
Cute. They were running towards us, and the kids didn't see that we were here, and then they were all of a sudden were like, "Oh no, foreigners!" They got really scared. I believe we have said this before, but Bomi is called the Switzerland of Tibet, basically. And here in this area, I can really see it. As somebody who has been to Switzerland, Austria, and the south of Germany before, here with the beautiful wooden houses directly on the bottom of the mountains and so on, the beautiful trees here, I can really see why it's called the Switzerland. So we've made it to one important stop here on the Route 318, because the Route 318 connects Shanghai all the way to the Nepali border, and from here it's exactly 4,000 kilometers to go all the way to Shanghai. And in China, it's being said that this is like a must-see, like once in your life you have to see the Route 318. And I think it would be so cool to go from Shanghai all the way to the Nepali border. Of course, that's a very, very long journey, and I think we won't be able to do that in the time that we are given in China. But wow, that would be an absolutely amazing adventure. And Pasang just said as well, unfortunately the weather is a little bit bad. That there is a glacier just here in the clouds that you can see. When the weather is a little bit better, I'm sure that would be such a cool view. At the 4,000 kilometers stop, they also have this very cool viewing spot. I feel like along the Route 318 there's lots and lots of these very stunning viewing spots, but this one here is very, very special. And now actually the clouds are moving up a little bit. You can see the glacier just down here peeking out of the clouds, and you have lots and lots of these beautiful prayer flags and scarves around here as well. What a precious place. We got ourselves a coffee just to kind of warm up and wake up a little bit, because when you're sitting in the back of the bus for a while you kind of get sleepy. It's so cool how you can go in Tibet from kind of feeling like it's springtime to back in Christmas time. Yay, yay, yay! Pasang, are you having a good time? Yes, you like the snow?
Yeah.
We're all having a good time.
I like eat snow.
You like to eat snow, but not the yellow one, no?
Huh?
Not the yellow one. Not the yellow snow.
Okay.
This one.
You know, when we are in Chau, we are direct go to like this.
Oh,
Tasty.
tasty! When I was a child in Germany, I also ate
We
snow.
do like this.
Oh.
Not use hand.
Just
direct,
with the...
like this.
Oh my god! Oh wow!
No, you know, my child also in Lhasa, if they have snow on the car or something, then they are also going to
They
do
eat.
like that.
That's so funny. Wow.
Yesterday too green and today there's everything white.
Yeah. How high up are we here? Do you know?
Almost
Approximately
like 4,000 meters.
4,000 meters. And we're going higher up now to the pass.
The top of the pass is 4,700.
4,700.
Yes.
So we're going up another 400, but I'm sure it will probably get colder and then maybe stop snowing at some point. Wow.
If there's no windy, then it's not that much cold.
Yeah.
Just only case of the windy.
Yeah, and
then
the
it's
humidity.
still- yeah.
This is beautiful. Are you gonna eat snow like Pasang?
Beautiful though. Hey, this is what I'm talking about when I mean Tibet. Look at that. Woo. 4,000 meters up. Snow everywhere. This is the true beauty of the landscape in this region of the world. Wow. It's proper surreal. And I feel like these glasses that I bought are doing me some justice now. I didn't buy them for no reason. This is Tibet. Wow. And you have the running, rushing water still down there. That is crazy. So you have a lot of the much higher peaks. The snow is actually somewhat melted and it's rushing down the mountain. But down here, we've got some fresh snowfall. Absolutely gorgeous. Visibility up here is very, very limited because of the heavy snowfall. A lot of fog as well that's actually blocking off a lot of the visibility, so it's pretty scary on this tour bus at the moment. It's pretty crazy. Have a look.
Check out this side. You can basically not see anything. You can only see the barrier of the road, a few little plants here on the side, and that's absolutely it. All of the trucks are driving with the warning lights on as well, so to kind of increase visibility a little bit, but it's a little scary.
Look at this snow-covered mountain, covered in the prayer flags, Tibetan prayer flags. Absolutely beautiful. The vibrant 5 colours of these Tibetan prayer flags set against the perfectly white snow-capped mountain. What a sight to behold. This is beautiful. Wow. Unbelievable. This is special. Just under 5,000 meters up at the moment.